Go!
Right, Kalimera σας. This all started with a hill. I'll explain, but first let me introduce myself. My name's James. I'm an art director, a designer, a creative. And I moved from London to Cyprus back in August with my wife and 3 kids. And some of our friends back in the UK thought we were crazy making the move. Because we had a pretty good life in London. I have a coffee shop that's almost 10 years old. It's very good. We have friends, family, a community around us, a nice house, even a garden sauna. But moving to Cyprus was something we always wanted to do. So we chose adventure and experience over regret. And like many content creators here, I started documenting the journey. Everything from shipping everything we own across Europe, to the mind-boggling amount of paperwork that goes on here, to the experiences and festivals that Cyprus have, like Epiphany. I'm not religious, but this was an incredible experience. Aside from being an art director, a coffee shop owner, and dad of 3 kids, I'm also an athlete. I've represented Great Britain as a master, and I've recently joined GSO, a Limassol-based athletics club. And last Sunday, I got to compete for the first time here. And so part of my training, I'm at the track most weeks, but I also go to this spot on a hill near where my kids go to school. And this place is fantastic. It's surrounded by mountains. You can see Limassol in the distance, the sea beyond that, and it's just beautiful. It's probably the favorite day of the week for me. But there was a really big problem, and that was the litter. It was everywhere. It's in the roads, in the bushes, the sides of the mountain, and it was quite jarring to see such a beautiful place being littered so badly. So I did the obvious thing. I bought a litter picker. I picked up the rubbish. I did it again the following week, and then I realized there's a problem. There's not a bin. People can't put their rubbish anywhere. So I bought a bin. I filled the bin up, and I even figured out when the bin men came, so they emptied the bin. And I thought, great, problem solved. And then we went back to the UK for Christmas, so it was about 3 weeks before I came back to this hill, and I thought, the bin's going to be full. This was what was in the bin. The rubbish was back, it was on the floor, it was in the mountainside, in the bushes, and that's when I thought, what can I do as someone that's been in design and marketing and branding for almost 2 decades? And if there's one thing I've learned, it's that symbols have an impact on human behavior and culture. We probably all know what these logos are, and if we don't know what they are, we have a good idea of what they mean. So I started sketching ideas of what Cyprus meant to me, why people like me move here, what Cypriot pride is. And I came up with this. I came up with this icon. But we all know that logos and symbols only work if there's meaning attached to them. It's the reason Nike are so popular, Apple, any big brand, it's the marketing that goes into it, the sponsorship, the campaigns. So I started a campaign. I created this huge waterproof banner, and I put it at the location of where I do my hill sprints. And what's cool about this is that it blends into the background. So if you drive past here, it looks like 2 people looking out, watching the sunset. And I don't have a huge social media following. Please do follow if you resonate with this. But I made this video about the entire process, and it's had over 100,000 views now. It's had thousands of likes and shares, and literally hundreds of people messaging and wanting to collaborate and help, which has been incredible. In fact, the reason I'm here today is because of Eddie and Patrick from Destream. They're helping support this and helping me grow. The idea is to just try and amplify this message, and I'd love to see this on a billboard. I think motorway advertising in Cyprus is huge, but the ultimate goal is to try and get this icon onto the litter I see in the streets, on cans, cartons, plastic bottles, and all the rest of it. But to do that, I need to amplify it, I need to collaborate, and I wanted to share a few things I'm working on at the moment. This was for a guy on Instagram, Souvlaki Nation. He makes content all about souvlaki, and why not? He's made a business of it. We met up, had some food, and I created this poster, and we're going to try and get it in some of his favorite tavernas across the island. This is with a guy called Nicholas. You probably know him as the island keeper. He's here today. I strongly recommend you listen to what he has to say. We've met up a few times. We have a shared vision of what we'd like Cyprus to look like. And I went on one of his litter picks. And this is a poster that we're going to put up at Kurion. Same sort of premise. I also designed this for the event. You may have seen these posted around in places. It's not official event branding, but I kind of snuck some in. So to wrap this up, I want to share some things I learned about being here and starting this campaign. Number one is that hooks get attention. It's the thing that stops people, because people today scroll relentlessly, and in order to get attention, you need to stop them. I tried to use a hook at the beginning of this presentation. Maybe it made you think, what's this guy talking about? So hooks stop people, but it's stories that build connections. And that's point number two. You should never compromise your story. I made this video for YouTube originally, but I cut it down for Instagram and TikTok. And I did shorten it. And any short-form Instagram guru will tell you, keep it to less than a minute. The video was almost 3 minutes long, but it held its retention, and I think that was because of the story. The third point is, yes, views build awareness. Very important to get views. It's the metric we all use in today's world. But I really believe that the real-world actions after that build community, and it's really undervalued. We did this in our coffee shop. We got people in through digital advertising, but what kept them coming back was the connection they made when they were in our shop. And finally, to sum up the entire thing, and I guess the point of this summit, is that you shouldn't wait for permission, you should just start. Everything I've talked about today, from moving here from the UK, to documenting, to starting this campaign, there was no plan for it, there was no solid roadmap. I just started with an idea. So I would urge you all, if you have an idea, if you have a business, if you're building a personal brand, just start. Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, James Stanton, I have a question for you and a question from the audience.
Sure.
And this is a bit of a funny question, but do you feel that people coming out of Cyprus care more about the cleanliness of Cyprus than the people that live in Cyprus? You can be honest.
Yes and no. I think we just have a different perspective, and I think maybe Cypriots take these beautiful views for granted. Like for me, going to that spot, it was just so mind-blowingly beautiful. To see rubbish on the floor was just, I couldn't understand it. And that's not to say that in London there's not rubbish, because believe me, there is. But it's just a different perspective.
And one question from the audience. Any questions? Put your hands up. If we don't, we'll move on to the next one. James Stanton, where was it? Okay, hold on. Mike. You know what? Come here. Come to me.
I should mention that the project is called Love Our Island. So if you want to look it up.
Hello.
Hi.
I really enjoy your speech, to be honest, and I do see what you're doing for Cyprus, and it's a great thing. My personal opinion, your posters are absolutely amazing, but if you want to do this and influence people, it's better if you have it as a trend. Make it trendy. Make people want to participate in these kind of events that you're doing. It would be amazing. Like, younger people nowadays, they really want to look cool. If you do find a way to make what you're doing look cool, everyone is going to follow. And it's not like as an advice, but it's my perspective. And since I did enjoy your speech and everything, I think it would be something good to
I think you're absolutely right, and that's what I'm trying to do with, obviously, collaborating with different people in different niches, like the Souvlaki guy, like Nicholas, and Destream as well. So yes, I think you're 100% right. It's about sharing ideas, amplifying them, and making connections.
Thank you very much for that question. James Stanton in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, James.